Hey there, it's Julie the Whippy Chick, and today we're at Michael's. We're going to check out different kinds of yarn and hooks and needles and try to help the beginner to figure out what exactly it is that they need to get started. As you can see, it's very overwhelming in the craft stores. There's so many different kinds of yarns and colors and weights and textures. They're all beautiful, but they're not all perfect for the beginner. Okay, so we're going to talk about yarn weight. And if you look at the label, this says that it's a bulky weight yarn. It's a number 5. So it recommends that you use a crochet hook of the size 6.5 millimeter and knitting needles in the size 6 millimeter. So that's what the manufacturer recommends. So once you pick out your yarn, you could just go right over, and if you don't already have the correct sizes at home, you can just check to see if they can have them available at the store. As you can see, there's a huge assortment of materials and sizes. So very overwhelming, but you're just going to look for those 2 sizes depending on whether you're looking for knitting or crocheting. There's all kinds of different hooks. These ones are ergonomic, so they say they're more comfortable for some people. I prefer the metal hooks like you see here. Pretty inexpensive, really. These are all sets of needles and hooks. This set actually has lots of different sizes. But if you're just starting out and you've got one ball of yarn, then you're just going to pick out one size hook. They're about $2. So pretty inexpensive. So let's look for that hook size that we're looking for. I believe it's a 6.5 millimeter for that yarn we were looking at. There we go. This is another neat thing that I saw at Michael's. It's a description of all the different yarn sizes, weights, and what they're used for. Oh, the colors are so beautiful. The yarn aisles are definitely my happy place. These are my favorite. I love to make socks, but sock yarn is definitely not for the beginner. It's very fine. So you're using teeny tiny needles, which could be very frustrating for the beginner. I do love them though. It's so much fun to make them once you get comfortable with those knitting needle sizes. Over here we have some Red Heart Super Saver. Classic known yarn for being pretty inexpensive. You get a lot of bang for your buck, and the colors are beautiful. The only thing I don't really like about Red Heart Super Saver is that it tends to be a bit scratchy. It's not the softest yarn. Red Heart does make a lot of really soft yarns, but if you're looking to start with something really inexpensive, you can't go much cheaper than Red Heart Super Saver. And like I said, they do have beautiful colors. When you're starting out at the beginning, also you're going to want to have some light colors. You don't want to really go with the darker colors because it's harder to see your stitches. It's a lot easier to see your stitches with light colored yarn. So big hook, light colored yarn. Another thing I saw at Michael's was these great kits. They have them for knitting and crocheting. They look like they have pretty much everything you need and maybe even a few things you don't need, but pretty neat. I think they also have direction books in them, but personally I learn the best from watching videos and seeing it done. These needles are a good idea too to weave in your ends. Those are stitch markers. Probably won't be using them right off from the beginning, but eventually. So this homespun is so pretty, and I have used it before. It's again, it's another yarn that I wouldn't necessarily recommend for the beginner, just because it tends to be a loose weave and it splits on your hook a lot until you're used to using different kinds of yarn. It would just be very frustrating as a beginner. I hope you found this helpful. If you have, please like and subscribe and comment and do all that stuff that people do on YouTube. I hope to make some more videos soon, hopefully some tutorials and looking at some whips. Whips are works in progress. And that's it for me. I'm the Whippy Chick. Have a great day.